Look at the palisades. The machines of war, too many to count.
I cannot fathom it. Has Nilfgaard sent all its forces into Lyria?
No, your grace. But a single army.
Gods protect us.
The Queen uttered a juicy curse. Dravograd stood before them, Nilfgaardians all round it. 3, perhaps 4 battalions of armored infantry. Arbalists and cavalry behind them. Trebuchet volleys had punched holes in the walls, while battering rams had twisted the main gate open. But elsewise, the city was mere moments from falling to the foe.
Doomed! We stand not a chance. Nilfgaard outnumbers us twofold. More!
Then our men must put double the spirit into the fight. Double the heart. Lyria!
Emboldened by their valiant queen and commander, the Lyrians charged headlong at Nilfgaard's lines into a hail of bolts and arrows.
Attack! Rid this city of all black-clad filth!
Your grace! I see the commander! We must train our efforts on him!
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Tuvi ni gloire! Alba!
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Very gloire!
Your grace! There! On the horizon! Reinforcements for the foe!
For Rivia! Tuvi ni gloire!
What do you want of me?
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Alba!
Off to the front yet again.
Quiet! Or the commissar will hear.
Aye.
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
Left, right, left, right.
One bullet's all I need.
Off to the front yet again.
Give me a target.
Keep calm, Tiberius.
Ah, should have listened to me old lady.
Quiet! Or the commissar will hear.
Again and again and again.
Destillat Zweifel! Can't take it anymore.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Our ballista, your command.
El Herzer.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads. Armor won't serve.
They retreat! Your Majesty, the city's ours!
The Nilfgaardians fled in panic, abandoning war machines, shields and arms, even their wounded. The defenders rejoiced. They laughed boisterously, and cries of delight and chanting could be heard all around. "Warrior Queen!" they shouted. "Meve! Meve! Meve!"
Hear that, Your Grace.
I do. No sound rings more lovely to a ruler's ear. Yet rest on our laurels we cannot. Caldwell, the situation in the town, what can you tell me?
Wall breached. Thrice. 400 wounded, near 1,000 without roofs over their heads. All nothing compared to the grain stores. Went up in smoke during the siege. And it's some time yet afore the harvest, Your Grace. The war's just begun, I know. All coin should bolster the army, yet if we leave the folk of Dravograd no gold, there will be hunger, with all the attendant discord.
The drought of 1258 I remember all too well. I saw famine, what it drives folk to do, the extremes. A strong army I need desperately, yet not at all costs. The townsfolk need gold to survive till the harvest. Count how much, then give it to the garrison commander.
As you command, Your Grace?
The battle we've won, there's just the war that remains. And Nilfgaard will strike again, doubt it not. We must move on. Caldwell, ride ahead to Lyria. My son must call a gathering of the Council of Peers. Tell him so. We'll have much to discuss. Reynard and I will follow with the troops. We shall seek out any Nilfgaardian stragglers, prevent them from rejoining the main force.
Meve's two adjutants bowed and left the Queen to think. She was hungry, sore from the fight, spent. Yet sensing her soldiers' eyes upon her, she set off for the stable, her gait brisk, her head held high.
Guardian boot. Thought 'twas certain as snow comes with winter. Kings and emperors fight. Leave the common folk to tidy up. Never damn changes. Ever the same. Your Majesty, you saved us, and not a moment too soon. From death, and fate's worse than that, I'd say. Kings and emperors fight. Kings and emperors fight. Leave the common folk to tidy up. Never damn...
Golden armor! Golden armor! Golden air! Reaps blackclads like grain! Maeve! 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 Dark day for the Emperor! His arm is shredded to ribbons! Long may she live, our slayer of blackclads! Hip hip hooray! Long may she...
Niamh stood surrounded by advisors, discussing, when all at once they heard a mighty thud.
Bloody hell!
They looked to see a cavalryman who'd clearly fallen from his saddle. The men who'd witnessed the blunder began to jest, only to choke on their laughter as the wretch, having risen to his hands and knees, began to shake and vomit blood. The medic's diagnosis: poison. In spite of his best efforts, the cavalryman breathed his last that very night. Soon, several other riders developed the same symptoms, and at the last shared their comrade's fate. All were buried at the roadside, beneath an old willow.
This looks to be no coincidence,
Reynard said gravely.
Our stores of water. Someone's poisoned them. We must find the fiend. In the interim, your Majesty must quench her thirst with wine.
Milady, a strange boat floated past. I thought it Imperial, but it flew not black sails, but red uns. Deep red, like blood. Where's Yanko? 'Twere dawn I sent him into the fields, but he's not returned. Where's Yanko?
Astrologers proclaim Week of the Badger. All Nilfgaardian dwellings increase population. The shadow of death's fallen o'er Illyria. Tribes of the south this way come. Price of loyalty's high, high, high. The shadow of death's fallen.
Horns sounded. Niamh recognized them at once as those of the Lyrian vanguard. She drew her sword and prepared to face the invader. Yet coming down upon her force were not Nilfgaardians, but bearded warriors clad in leather, horned helmets on their heads. This was not so. The Queen could not believe her eyes.
Skelligan raiders? This far inland?
But this was no time to be bewildered. Niamh spurred her horse. It neighed and reared, and then the twain leapt into the fray.
Skelligan!
Reynard, what the devil? Sea raiders here!
For Rivia!
Uriel's been chosen. The gods speak to him.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
The gods are with us!
Again and again and again.
We'll ransack your temples! Wipe ourselves on your vestments! Twirsach!
Warhawk devour ye!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Oh, got a bad case of Rover's back.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
I promise you a quick death.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Give me a time.
You've got stones, wench!
Sailed into troubled waters, mate.
We must trust each other.
Abel is to your command.
You wanna pass, you gotta pay. Can't let you through elseways.
Can't take it anymore.
Give us all you got!
The Skelligers fought hard, fought bravely, brought mayhem. Yet the Queen's ordered, disciplined force won the day. The islanders seemed entirely undismayed at their defeat. A trait of theirs, I must admit, I've ever admired.
Well, you're right scrappy for landlubbers. Lippy Gudmund applauds you for your pluck, Queen. When we sup, me and the lads will drink your health.
That we shall yet see, sir. We must know something first. What brings you this far inland? What drove you from the sea?
Meve asked, crossing her arms.
Ha! What always drives us? Looting and pillaging. The coast's picked clean since long, so we set our longships up the Yaruga for gold and glory!
Amusing. I always assumed you to be honourable folk.
And who dares to claim elsewise?
Your very actions do so. You've attacked a land preoccupied, a land already at war with invaders. But I suppose it makes sense. You've ever feared to attack Imperials?
The Queen prodded gently.
What did you say, wench?
Gudmund had quickly turned red with rage.
I'll prove just how wrong you are, I will! Why, we'll be drinking mead from Nilfgaardian helmets for sundown! Follow me, lads!
Meve smiled as she watched the islanders gather their gear and prepare to march. She doubted not in the least that Gudmund would honor his pledge.
Here the damage seems not so great.
It appears Nilfgaard's not yet turned its forces towards the capital. We're likely to encounter no more than pathfinders and foragers.
So I hope.
One boat's all I need.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Can use this.
Company! Forward march!
Give me a time.